Hey y'all, welcome to the room. My name is Always Green and I played support for Team Liquid. I spent 3 weeks in Korea getting trained by some of the top Pentastorm players. Shout out to TCL's Pew or PYU and all the other guys. Thanks again, really appreciate it. But today we are here to talk about Thane. Thane is a lot cooler than people realize. I mean, he broke the Dark Reign, he pioneered technology, Thane won tons of battles, ascended to the throne, always giving to hook people along the way. Velheim, Astrid, and Raz pledged their allegiance to this guy, and he led all of the humans to drive the demons back into the abyss. Before we dive into the action, let's talk about how to prepare Thane for battle and how his skills work. Thane's passive is Royal Power. It allows him to regenerate 24% of his maximum HP over 6 seconds, once his HP drops below 30%. Remember tip number 1, to be aware of your passive. Thane's first ability is called Valiant Charge and pushes enemies back, applying a knock-up on the final hit or at max range of the charge. You should max Valiant Charge first to maximize your pushbacks in the team fights. Thane's second ability is called Avalon's Fury and applies a knock-up. It also slows enemies' movement by 90% for 2 seconds. Avalon's Fury is even more effective if you can combo it before or after a Valiant Charge. Thane's third ability is called King's Glory and charges for a short time, then unleashes a frontal cone of 500, 750, and then 1000 true damage at level 3, dealing an additional 15% of the enemy's current missing HP as physical damage. Once he begins charging King's Glory, the ability cannot be interrupted. Thane also gains 20% damage reduction for a short time. King's Glory can be used to clean up those with low health at the end of team fights, or can be used to soak up extra damage in the beginning of one. There was no English available on the Korean version Pentastorm, but thankfully the symbols matched up. For the Red Arcana I get 10 Indomitable. Anything that makes Thane tankier and makes his passive more effective is a must. He gains 23 armor and 337 HP. For purple, I go with Benevolence. Another 450 HP to help the passive, 52 HP per 5 to help keep you in lane early, and a bonus 4% movement speed to help you get in position for that perfect Avalon's Fury. 10 Valiance is my choice for the green Arcana. The theme is HP and another 350 gets added to the total. As a support always struggling for items, the 6% cooldown speed is really useful. Bringing your Arcana stat totals to a bonus of 23 armor, 1162 HP, 4% movement speed, 52 HP per 5, 10% attack speed, and 6% cooldown speed. Here's my number 1 Thane build to use in any game. I start with Sonic Boots. The 15% attack damage reduction is too good to pass up on a frontliner like that. Remember tip number 2. Once you're in, you're in. Second item is the Knight's Plate. You get 210 armor, reduce the attacker's attack speed by 30%, and will later build it into the Aegis. Next will be the Belt of Clarity. Later we will turn this into the Guy's Standard, but the 110 magic defense, 700 HP, and 4% HP regen over 2 seconds will sustain Thane in the teamfights for now. Then it is time to build the Asterian's Buckler. For most supports, the flat 1000 HP is not really worth it, but since it boosts Royal Power, Thane's passive for those not taking notes, combined with Warcry, it fits into Thane's build. Warcry gives allies 5% increase in damage and a 10% damage reduction as well. Now the Belt of Clarity will be upgraded into the Guy's Standard, gaining more HP, magic defense, HP over 2 seconds, and an added 5% movement speed. Fifth item is the Medallion of Troy. This 10% cooldown speed will bring you right under the cap at 36%. You gain another 1000 HP, more magic defense, and a shield that absorbs 350 plus 50 per level of magic damage. Next, upgrade the Knight's Plate into the Aegis. You gain more armor, 20% cooldown speed, 400 mana, and now the attacker's movement speed is reduced by 15% as well. The final item is the Mail of Pain. You gain more armor, another 1200 HP, and are asking people to attack you since this item deflects 15% of physical damage back to the enemy. Finally, Thane is ready for battle, and you know why. Let's get right into those tips and check out some gameplay as well. Tip number 1. Be aware of your passive, Royal Power. A lot of the Arcana and item choices were made to help boost Thane's passive. You can use it in many ways as long as it's not on cooldown. Seriously though, 100% HP Thane with his passive is really like 124% HP Thane. Or 31% HP Thane is really like a 55% HP Thane. You can use it to bait in an enemy jungler with your team in the bushes, or you can use it to soak up extra damage for your team in those team fights. Tip number 2. Once you're in, you're in. Thane can't jump over walls or reset his charge, and he can't activate a speed boost. So once you commit to a fight, just commit and fight until the end. That is okay though, because we have built Thane just for these occasions. He can sustain a lot of damage, we just have to make sure our DPS has followed us into battle. If you can't see your team on the screen, they are not in range to help you. Valiant Charge does not have the shortest of cooldowns, which is another reason I say to remember, once you're in, you're in. Don't be afraid to use King's Glory to soak up some extra damage at the start of the team fight. Yes, your ultimate can wipe the enemy team if they are low enough, or clean up that pesky Monkey King that keeps getting away. But remember, you're Thane. You're there to keep others alive. Which brings me to my third and final tip. Find and protect your carry. Once the enemy team gets some items and some more team fights begin to happen, your only job as Thane is to identify who you need to peel for. This hero is one that would be called Squishy, perhaps a jungler, or an ADC. This person and hero will change every game. As a support, they will frustrate you and sometimes be out of position, too far away, or bloodthirsty, chasing a kill. This will happen, but do not get angry, my friends. Just wait for the next team fight and keep them alive. In a team fight, you must always be ready to save your carry from whatever pesky assassin tries to sneak in and take them out. Sometimes not coming out of the bush until they have shown themselves. Oh, and supports always get heal. Woohoo.